The Witch of the Woods. Ken had been a witch since he was a young boy. And he had spent all his time making incredible potions. And he would solve all sorts of problems around town with his potions. He found a lost dog one time. He created some bread when they ran out at the grocery store. He was a very helpful witch. And he had his favorite black cat, his pet cat, Gretchen. Gretchen would sneak around and fetch him all of the ingredients he would need for his potions. And of course, like any true witch, Ken had himself a magical pot. And the magical pot spoke with its giant mouth. And the magical pot would always speak and enunciate his words really big. And that pot, one day, suggested to Ken, I would like to give you a promise. I promise that if you would like a magical spoon, I happen to know how to get you one. And Ken thought, well, that is pretty amazing. My witch spoon is getting pretty old. I could use a new one. Oh, that's not all, said the pot. This magical spoon would allow you to make as much candy as you would ever want. And Ken thought, well, that is actually pretty incredible too. But what am I going to do with all that candy? Well, you have to make sure you give it to all of your friends and share it with them. But I won't tell them how you made it. We'll keep that a secret. And Ken thought, that's a great idea. Well, what do I have to do? What kind of things do I need to make this magical spoon happen? And so the pot told him, and he said, first, all of our potions that you have made, all the potions, you need to give all your potions, empty yourselves into me. Give me all your bottles, all your liquids, everything into my green gooey center inside my pot. And so Ken went, well, that's a lot of helpful potions, but I guess I could make more. Okay, Gretchen, would you help? Said Gretchen. And together, clink, 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 they poured all the potions and put all the bottles inside the magical pot, and the magical pot went, yum. And then Ken said, well, magical pot, what comes next? And magical pot said, well, this one is pretty difficult. You need to find the bracelet of the woods. And Ken gasped. He went, not the legendary bracelet of the woods, but no one has ever found that in 100 years. And the pot said, well, if you want your magical spoon, you will have to find it. Gretchen is pretty good at finding things, isn't she? And Ken went, actually, yeah, she is pretty good. And so they hunted night after night through the spooky woods where they heard wolves howling. And they heard owls hooing. And even though Ken lived in the woods, those sounds, they spooked him out a little bit. So they creeped through. And night after night, they did not find the bracelet. And Ken turned to Gretchen and he said, Gretchen, what are we going to do? We've looked everywhere. We've looked forwards, we've looked backwards, we've dug deep. And Gretchen went, meow. That's right, Gretchen. We haven't looked up yet, have we? And so Gretchen hopped from tree branch to tree branch. And they found it that very night. The wooden bracelet wrapped around a tree branch, glittering with its gems inside that wood bracelet. And those heart-shaped gems reflected the light of the moon, and Gretchen grabbed it in her mouth, hopped off the tree, brought the bracelet to Ken, and Ken went, oh, that's amazing! They ran back to their witchy cave where they kept the magical pot, and then, bloop, they threw the bracelet in. And Ken went, Magical Pot, what's next? And the Magical Pot said, one more thing. And quite frankly, only because I'm feeling kind of snacky, I need chocolate ice cream. As much chocolate ice cream as you can manage, and then I'll have the energy to make your spoon. And so Ken went to the grocery store in town, past the woods, and he emptied all their shelves of their chocolate ice cream, but not the chocolate with the chunks, just the nice smooth chocolate ice cream. But he didn't think there was enough, not enough to give Pot enough energy. So he went to the ice cream factory, and he asked the ice cream factory for all of their chocolate ice cream, and they beep, 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 backed out a giant delivery truck, and the giant delivery truck drove through the woods. And it backed up to the cave. Beep, beep, beep. And it dumped all the chocolate ice cream into the cave and right into the pot. And the pot went, that is so delicious. Oh, all right, I'm ready to make a spoon now. And out of the bubbling green liquid in the pot rose a glittering silver, huge magical spoon. Ken had to hold it with both hands. And as he spun the spoon in his magical pot, candy started popping out, candy of all types, licorice and candy corn and popcorn, pop, 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 and it soon filled the whole cave. And so Ken began to fill little pots and jars with the candy, and he had to taste a little bit just to make sure it was just right. And then he thought, oh, I did make a promise, I have to share it with my friends, but my friends always enjoy a good joke. So he put a few magical spells on some of the candy, and so when his friends ate them, one friend, burp, burp, he couldn't stop burping, and another friend, his head grew 3 times as big. And he shook his head and he shrank back down again. And they all had a wonderful laugh. And it was a grand old time. And Ken loved his brand new magical spoon and promised to use it over and over and over again so everyone could enjoy candy forever. The end. Did you guys like that story? That was your story. I am so proud of you guys. Awesome job, guys.